These are 5 essential tools that could mean the difference between life and death when the power grid fails. And if you're paying attention to the warning signs, you know that failure isn't a matter of if, but when. Right now, nearly 2/3 of America's power transmission lines have exceeded 25 years of service. That's a quarter century of wear, stress, and degradation on the infrastructure that keeps our modern world running. Add in the increasing demand from air conditioning during brutal heat waves, the growing threat of cyber attacks, and the ever-present possibility of electromagnetic pulse events from solar flares, and you've got a perfect storm brewing. Smart preppers aren't waiting around to see what happens. They're getting ready now, while supplies remain available and while they still have time to test their systems. Because when the lights go out for good, there won't be a second chance to get this right. Let's start with the most critical need, water. You can survive roughly 3 weeks without food, but only 3 days without water. When the grid goes down, your municipal water supply goes with it. The pumps that move water through the system, the treatment facilities that make it safe to drink, the pressure that brings it to your tap, all of that depends on electricity. The first tool in your arsenal needs to be a comprehensive water purification and storage system. This isn't about having a few bottles of water in your pantry. We're talking about a multi-layered approach that can sustain you and your family indefinitely. Your primary defense should be a high-quality manual water filter. The Sawyer Mini has proven itself capable of removing sediments and dangerous pathogens from lakes, rivers, and collected rainwater. It's compact, reliable, and doesn't require any power to operate. But here's the thing. A filter alone isn't enough. Some viruses and chemical contaminants can slip through even the best filters. That's where water purification tablets or drops come into play. These lightweight additions to your kit can eliminate viruses, bacteria, and cysts that might survive filtration. They're portable, have a long shelf life, and take up virtually no space in your emergency supplies. But having the ability to purify water means nothing if you don't have water to purify. Large storage containers and rainwater collection barrels should be part of your setup now, while you can still fill them from your tap. Store pre-treated water in advance, because when the crisis hits, you'll be dealing with enough challenges without having to immediately start collecting and purifying water for your first drink. Here's something that should grab your attention. Search results from early 2026 already show purchase limits being implemented on bulk items, including water storage supplies. The writing's on the wall. The time to build your water security is now, while you still can. The second critical tool category involves off-grid heating systems. Hypothermia kills, and it kills fast. During winter blackouts, the temperature inside your home will drop rapidly toward the outside temperature. Without heat, your pipes will freeze and burst, destroying your plumbing and any water storage tanks that aren't properly protected. Your primary heating solution should be a propane or wood stove. These can provide substantial heat without requiring electricity, and they're reliable in the harshest conditions. But here's a crucial point that many preppers overlook. You need a backup to your backup. Emergency candles, alternative fuel heaters, or additional fuel sources should be part of your plan. Safety can't be an afterthought when you're dealing with alternative heating. Carbon monoxide becomes a silent killer, and off-grid heating methods can produce deadly levels of this odorless gas. A battery-powered carbon monoxide detector with spare batteries isn't optional. It's life-saving equipment. Test it regularly and keep those spare batteries fresh. Even the best heating system can't efficiently warm an entire house during a prolonged outage. This is where tactical thinking comes in. Focus on creating a warm room rather than trying to heat your whole home. Thermal insulation supplies like wool blankets, space blankets, and tape for sealing drafts can help you concentrate heat in one area where your family can survive comfortably. Wool blankets retain insulating properties even when wet. Space blankets reflect body heat and can be used to line walls or create barriers. And don't underestimate the power of simple weather stripping and tape to seal off drafts that can suck the heat right out of your safe room. The third essential tool involves a tiered backup power system. This isn't about keeping your big screen TV running during an outage. This is about maintaining power for critical systems that keep you alive and informed. Level 1 covers your immediate backup: flashlights, headlamps, rechargeable batteries, and battery banks for phones and small devices. These should be distributed throughout your home and checked regularly. LED headlamps prove particularly valuable because they keep your hands free while providing reliable light. Level 2 includes portable power stations like the EcoFlow Delta Pro. These can run essential devices for extended periods and can be recharged through solar panels when the sun's available. They're quiet, clean, and can power everything from radios to small appliances. Level 3 provides whole home protection through large battery systems designed for extended outages. These can power critical systems like well pumps, refrigeration, and communication devices for days or even weeks, depending on your usage and battery capacity. Here's something most preppers learn too late. You need to perform dry runs of your power systems before you need them. Disconnect from the grid for a weekend and live off your backup systems. You'll quickly discover what works, what doesn't, and what you forgot to plan for. Better to find those gaps during a practice run than during a real crisis. The fourth critical tool category covers emergency communication and information devices. When the grid goes down, your internet goes with it. Your cell towers will fail when their backup batteries drain. But information becomes more valuable, not less, during a crisis. A battery-powered or hand-crank emergency radio can be your lifeline to the outside world. These devices can receive emergency broadcasts, weather alerts, and information about threats or aid distribution in your area. Some models include multiple power options: battery, hand crank, and solar charging, so you're not dependent on any single power source. But a radio becomes useless if it's dead, which is why rechargeable battery systems prove crucial for keeping your communication devices operational. Having the ability to charge your radio, phone, or other critical communication gear could mean the difference between knowing about an approaching threat and being caught off guard. The fifth essential tool category covers alternative cooking and food preservation. When the grid collapses, your refrigerator becomes an expensive cabinet, and your electric stove becomes a countertop decoration. You need alternative methods for both cooking food and preserving what you have. Camp stoves with propane give you immediate cooking capability that's clean, controllable, and efficient. Stock up on propane canisters while they're available, and make sure your stove's rated for indoor use if necessary. Solar ovens provide fuel-free cooking options when the sun's shining. They're quiet, produce no smoke, and can reach temperatures sufficient for baking bread or cooking stews. They do require planning and clear weather, but they can save precious fuel for when you really need it. For longer-term cooking needs, charcoal or wood fire setups offer versatility and can handle larger meals. A tripod setup over a fire pit with Dutch ovens gives you the ability to bake, roast, and simmer just like you would on a modern stove. Food preservation becomes critical when refrigeration fails. Coolers can provide temporary refrigeration, especially if you can access ice or use outdoor temperatures during cold months. Some preppers set up shed-based refrigeration systems that take advantage of natural temperature differences. But here's a strategic point that many miss. During extended blackouts, you should prioritize non-perishable foods and avoid stockpiling items that require extensive cooking fuel. Rice and pasta seem cheap to store, but they require significant fuel to cook. If your fuel supplies are limited, focus on foods that require minimal preparation. The current state of our infrastructure should serve as a wake-up call for anyone paying attention. The electrical grid that powers our civilization is aging, overloaded, and increasingly vulnerable. Cyber attacks on power infrastructure are no longer theoretical. They're happening. Solar flare activity could trigger electromagnetic pulses that disable not just the grid, but the electronics we depend on to rebuild it. The recommended approach isn't to try preparing for everything at once. Start small by building your capacity for 72-hour blackouts first. Stock bottled water, non-perishable foods, flashlights, candles, headlamps, and battery-powered radios. Test your systems. Learn what works and what doesn't. Then expand your preparations progressively. Each of these 5 tool categories, water purification and storage, off-grid heating, backup power, emergency communication, and alternative cooking, represents a critical vulnerability in your preparedness. Weakness in any one area could cascade into a life-threatening situation. The window for preparation is closing. Supply chains already show stress, and bulk purchasing restrictions are appearing. The smart move involves building your capabilities now, while materials remain available and while you have time to test and refine your systems. When the grid finally fails, those who prepared will face challenges, but they'll face them with the tools and knowledge they need to survive. Those who didn't prepare will face those same challenges empty-handed, dependent on others, and at the mercy of circumstances beyond their control. The choice is yours, but the clock's ticking. These 5 essential tools could be what stands between your family and catastrophe. The question isn't whether you can afford to prepare, it's whether you can afford not to.